So the 130-hour rule is something that I came up with from my years of experience training people. If you want to be good at something, if you want to transform your body, you've got to spend 130 quality hours. And the next question I'm always asked is, what does that look like? It's an hour a day of dedicated practice for 6 straight months. One of the things that's fundamental to my belief system, there's no such thing as a free lunch. There's no magic pill. If you want something, if you want to be good at something, you want to accomplish something, you've got to put in the time. And the minimum amount of time that you can put in is an hour a day of dedicated practice for 6 straight months. If you want to be good at something, another thing I always tell people, if you want to be good at something, you've got to do it every day. Like we look at people like LeBron James. Why is he good at basketball? Because he does it every day. You look at Wayne Gretzky in hockey. Why was Wayne so good in hockey, arguably the greatest of all time? Because he did it every day. And so my number one piece of advice to people, if you want to be good at something, whatever that thing that you desire is, whatever your passion is, do it every single day. That's the real secret to success. You know, the number one excuse is, I don't have enough time. But the reality is we all have enough time. I always tell people there's 168 hours in a week. If you get 8 hours sleep a night, well, there's 50 plus hours gone. You still have 110, 112 hours left. If you work 60 hours a week, you still have 55 hours left to go do what's important to you. So I don't really buy the time excuse, but that's the number one excuse that I hear. The number two excuse is, I don't know how. But we're fortunate, like people rip on social media, but we're fortunate to live in a day and age where with the click of a button, you have access to a wealth of information. Whatever it is you're interested in, doing push-ups, deadlifting, doing squats, it doesn't matter. You can find some good quality information with the click of a button. So the whole, I don't know how, that's not an excuse either. And those are the two most common ones. What it really comes down to is people just don't want it bad enough. Because I've seen countless examples of people that will say they don't have time, that say they don't know how, but when something becomes important enough for them, they figure it out. People get focused on an exercise. They always ask me, what's the one exercise I could do to change my life? What's the one thing I could eat? What's that secret superfood that's going to make all my fitness dreams come true? And the reality is, there's a lot of things out there that work. So I've got 3 rules before we even worry about exercise. Rule number 1 is show up. Show up every single day. Invest in yourself. The second rule, be all in. When you're here, when you're in a physical space, when you're working out, I don't want your eyes on the TV. I don't want you text messaging. I don't want you playing on social media. I want you to be 100% present. I want you to be all in and get the most out of your time. And the third thing, don't be afraid to ask questions. Be curious, be childlike, learn. If you can do those 3 things, you will be 100% successful no matter what exercise you're doing. That said, I'm a big believer when it comes to exercise in focusing on the basics. There's always some video of a fitness influencer waving around a couple of dumbbells, standing on an upside down Bosu ball. That stuff doesn't work. The tried, the true, the classics are the best. Sprinting, squatting, push-ups, sit-ups, and pull-ups. If you do those 5 movements, there's nothing that you can't do. I loved fighting, but fitness for me, it changed my life. It turned me from a scared, bullied kid into a man and a really successful man. And it's something that I wanted to teach the world. It's my way of giving back. I always knew, I had parents that always wanted to help other people. I watched them sacrifice so much to help other people. It's something that I wanted for myself. And like I said, I think that through the power of the gym, through making yourself better, through investing in yourself, through facing hardship, through learning lessons in the gym, you can improve every area of your life. And so fitness for me, it was kind of a natural transition because it was a passion. And it's, like I said, my way of making the world a better place. And so fitness is where I landed. 3 words: Don't give up. Again, if you want something, if you're willing to work for it, if you're willing to put in an honest effort, if you're willing to show up every day and you're willing to be all in, I promise you again, it might not be tomorrow. It might not be next week. It might not even be next year. But I promise you 100% your time will come and good things will happen. And far too many of us give up before we see the reward. We give up too early. And if we just had a little bit of perseverance, if we just worked a little bit harder and just took it a day at a time, our dreams would come true. So that would be my advice. Don't give up. Discipline is the single most important thing that you can use when it comes to being successful. No one wakes up motivated every single day. The key to success that you're looking for, the thing that's going to make your dreams come true, is simple discipline. It's doing what needs to be done even when you don't want to, even when you're not motivated.